I keep seeing more and more about the OGL, even though the OGL issue with Wizards of the Coast is really over. I keep seeing prominent D&D creators out there talking about what's next for WotC, or where's the company going, and it's like, it doesn't really matter as long as you're playing a good game with your friends. I can't believe that we're making a continuous... It feels like people are just being tabloids about WotC, and it's like, go back to giving advice about how to play D&D well. Go back to making sure more people are having fun at the game. I don't know, I had to get that rant out. How's everyone doing? So today we're taking a break from crafting the beautiful, magnificent dungeon tiles. Since I stream since I stream 2 times a week, I figure I've been feeling it and discussed it on the last stream. Hi, Celine. There's something caught. Weird. I discussed it on the monthly backer stream that's exclusive to patrons and channel members, that it's kind of getting a little stale that I'm doing the same thing twice a week. So I'm going to try out, hey, Tuesdays we're going to paint some stuff, and then Thursdays we're going to craft. I think that's fine. I think that makes sense. There is something under this Lazy Susan. No, the Lazy Susan's just stuck. Hang on. What's under here? There we go. All right. So we're going to get right away into painting because you've probably already left. How's everyone doing? Just let me know. Okay, so I've been mostly painting this tower. Let me give you a better shot. I've been mostly painting this tower while I'm editing Fables of Refuge. There we go. I've been mostly editing this tower while I was I've been painting this tower while I was editing Fables of Refuge. Sorry for the stumble there. And now that we have a painting day on stream, I figured why not try to get further along on this and dedicate it to you guys. So it's pretty big, but we have rubble, which is separate from the tower, but I've been painting the rubble to match the aesthetics of the tower, so that way I can put them next to the tower when I want to. And I think I have too much like clay orange going on, so I'll reduce some of that. And then I have some wooden structures to kind of just like barricades and junk. So we're gonna let's start with 2 things. One, putting this like sandy brown yellow thing on there. Desert yellow. Thank you for focusing, camera. And then we will remove some of the clay on the rubble piles. That's my plan. Will we stick with it? Only watching will find out. Careful. Never know when you're going to do something like that to yourself. There we go. Okay. So, try to do it as best I can because the angle's rough. Okay. Hello, Sean. Robin Ballin. How's it going? Pretty good. I spent most of the day so far cooking, been meal prepping, and then went for a walk. Got some coffee. Now I'm here. Oh, and this morning I made an impressive Bob Ross thumbnail, so I'm pretty happy. A lot of water though. Be right back. Made some mashed potatoes. I haven't had mashed potatoes in a minute. I've had mashed potatoes as an adult in the last like 5 years. Chance. But all I could think about when I think about mashed potatoes is when I was a kid and my mom made them. It's a weird thing my brain does. The angle of this is so ridiculous. There we go. Also watched like a 2-hour long documentary on Studio Ghibli. Ghibli? I never pronounced it right. I did that while I was cooking. Yeah, the rebels are coming along. Just need to take some of the orange out of it. A little too much with the orange. Right now, I'm kind of just like picking which rocks I want to color. I basically don't want too many dark rocks. I want them to be the fewest of them all. I have half a mind to get rid of all the dark rocks. But then there'd be no contrast. It can get hard to find people for D&D. this is a good angle for you guys. So I should just rotate the tower. The best way to find people for D&D. Well, depends if you're fine with doing local or distant. If it's distant, most Discords that are D&D centric will be able to provide players. If you're doing local, it's really about meeting people you work with, go to school with, or go to local game stores. Local. It's one of those quiet tracks in the background. Yeah, it's a lot more fun to build that world when you know you have players to help explore it. I would try, after work or after school. I don't know your situation. Make a group. Yeah, they're probably the best people to do it with. Because it'll be easiest to communicate work schedules around. Hey, Brickmaster. Then if you can get them together, then I would say don't focus on making a big campaign right away. I would say just get one game, have a game night kind of thing going. And then just keep the door open for, hey, you want to keep playing? Or want to do this again? Jarrett had rough idea. He even has talked about to me about how he wishes he just had focused more on the town that we started on, whereas his focus was more granular, words English, focusing on the continent. Him and I talked about that a lot, and it comes down to the best case scenario, because it's impossible to get best case, right? Have a rough idea of the region, you know, like the state, whatever it is, the continent, whatever it is for you. And then having a super vague idea what's beyond. Super vague. Beyond the mountains to the north is the Frostlands, you know, whatever it is. No one comes back from there. Then focus on the town that everyone starts or is from. That is what Jerry and I pretty much agreed on. So it's like the adventure that Refuge is, it's very much explore the continent, which is not a bad idea. But it does mean he has to make more towns more often. Versus making a more localized adventure. So that does depend on what you want to do there. He had fleshed out prior to the games his pantheon, which he's still like tweaking in the background, right? Because some gods don't get used, some ideas come and go, inspiration comes, and he's like, oh, I want to change this, I want to change that. But he wants to just change things that don't drastically affect the plot or the canon. Me personally, I agree you want an idea of your pantheon. You flesh it out if you get a cleric. If you don't have a cleric, just keep it vague. Which I think that's what his move was, because we didn't have a cleric until Julius showed up. And then when Julius showed up, like, that's when the Pantheon really stuck in. I think knowing how many days are in your week, how many days are in your month, and how many months in a year, it is absolutely not going to change the game, knowing that and having that fleshed out. But it helps you narrate a more fleshed out idea by just understanding how time works in the world. Him and I agree on that. What else did he have fleshed out? So he had his calendar fleshed out. He had the core plot generally fleshed out. He had the region, aka the continent, but he didn't know what all the little towns and all the roads were. He knew here are the major cities. Here are a couple local towns to those cities. Here's the main roads that would primarily connect trade. Here are the mountains. Here are the rivers. And here's some general forests. That's generally what he did. And it works. And then from there, it's really like letting it grow. So all the monasteries that we've visited so far in the game, because Jess's monk Tazu is from the monastery, Jess just came up with all the monasteries. Jess's idea was to name them, got a direction from Jarrett, named them, gave them to Jarrett, and that is a part of the Tazoo story, which is really cool. Yeah, and my world building kind of came out of a different necessity, in the sense of I was starting out with the Forgotten Realms because, hey, I had a module. But then one of my players knew the Forgotten Realms better than me, and it was just a weird power dynamic. So I was like, alright, we're just moving over to my world, where mystery is a real thing. Robin, take care. And I've pretty much followed Jarrett's kind of footsteps, is like outline the continent so you have a bird's eye view of the world, and know what your major cities are, so that way you know what noble can hire the party, basically, or where the story can take place, or nearby, whatever. Then have some forests and some mountains, and then slowly you'll get ideas and you can flesh those out. And then Jaws, for example, is going to be more focused on a single town, so that's going to help me as well. Which I think is going to be a nice contrast to Refuge, with Refuge being all the, like, major traveling. There might be traveling in Jaws. Who knows? I sure don't. But it's centralized around a single town, which is very different than Refuge. It's really hard to do this on camera. This is generally where I'm putting it. Okay. Are we just painting today? Yes, you got in a little late. So my thinking is, today for Tuesday, we're going to do painting. And then Thursday we'll do crafting. Just to mix up, you know, what we're doing day by day, so it's not just this endless dungeon tile. So what kind of information was... There we go. So what kind of information was given to the players pre-game so they could plan their characters? For Refuge, Jarrett made a primer of... kind of a beefy primer, but a primer nonetheless. What is the world? Where are we starting? Some common knowledge. That's about it. Why do I always yawn? I think it was like 3 pages or so. And then for Jaws, not that dissimilar. I try to fit on a single page, like a little pitch of the adventure, a pitch. Let me fix focus. A pitch of pitch of the adventure, pitch of the location. Which in the location I kind of mention, and Jared did this too, a little like places of interest. Then what are the local factions? Jared did that too. I personally left out the Pantheon in my primer. He put his Pantheon in there. Which, knowing the Pantheon or knowing what's not in the Pantheon can affect character creation. I simply said the end of my page was, if you want to be a follower of something, let me know and I can give you the Pantheon. Rather than just bombard everyone with a Pantheon. Playable races. That's important in a primer. So that way, because Jarrett did this, and then I did this, and ours are very different. But we offer, like, page 2 is essentially your playable races and playable classes. Typically, classes are not off limits unless it's a very specific story. And races are just dependent on the world building, I think, more than anything. For example, no full elves in Jaws. There's a story reason. I don't know if it's going to be explored in Jaws, but there is a story reason for the world. Yeah, I'll try to dig that up. That's actually not a bad idea. And then when Jaws comes out, I might toss up Jaws' primer as well. So you can see the two different styles and approaches. Because Jarrett's primer was with the mindset that, hey, we're going to play Refuge for a couple, like 3-ish years. And then COVID happened, so we kind of like extended that timeline a little bit. Everyone agreed to, like, 3-ish year campaign. And while Jaws is very different, everyone's coming in knowing that it's going to be a more short-term campaign. So the pitch on the primer is different with that context too. Are we getting together because, hey, we want to play this game as long as possible? All right, let me give you everything you need to know. Are we playing this game for a couple months? Then I only need to tell you so much. And then find that spot in the spectrum between those two, right? If you're playing a one-shot, that primer's tight. Yeah, the primer. Yeah, primers are great. It don't depend. It's all about depending on how long the game everyone's buying in on, right? If I'm buying in just like a small game, give a small primer that's concise to the constraints of the game. If possible, I would send the primer digitally first, like a week before session 0 or something. It's like, here, just read this like 1 to 3 pages of document to just understand what we're playing. Okay. And then that can do a lot of the legwork. It'll never be enough to just do it on its own, though. Don't rely on a primer as like a replacement of sitting down and like discussing it. And the last thing you want to do is just like make it too textbooky, which is a skill that I've been learning. My first primer was really bad, very textbooky, because I could understand it, no one else could. And then when I saw the Lazy Dungeon Master talk about a one-pager for Salt Marsh, I was like, oh, hey, that kind of fixes up a thing that I'm working on. There we go. Alright, that cleaned up a few of the edges of the rocks. At least on this color. I need to go back and do a couple other colors to clean up edges. I'm hoping today we can actually put some wash on this and really dirty it up. I don't know if Robin's still here. I think he said he had to go. Maybe he got back. He got his fix and then had to leave. Classic. Hey, David. Thanks for catching me live. Glad that we were able to time it up just right. That's the thing about a Tuesday, which I'm still blown away, is that Tuesday streams perform better than weekend streams. Blows my mind. You guys really just want to not completely work today. David, what's been your favorite thing about the streams or the channel? Give me the gossip. Tell me how good I am or how bad I am. I can handle it. I think this is a good ratio. No one's ever going to see on this side, so I'm not going to worry too much. He's fishing for those compliments. How dare he? Pick this one. There we go. It's the Bob Ross thing. I knew I did the thumbnail well then. You don't know me. Not like we've been living together forever. Yeah, I love making goofy thumbnails, but it can get really tiring having to make, especially for a stream that's twice a week, it can get exhausting making 2 thumbnails a week.
You're telling me I'm supposed to take the photos of you.
Yeah, taking photos is such hard work.
It is.
Oh. So it's like, I need a thumbnail that's like good to go for streams. And I can forget about, and then occasionally update to more accurate thumbnails down the line. Hi, Mark. Stop complimenting my... You'll get teary-eyed and want to end in the stream early. That's how hardworking, awesome dude. That's how I read your comments. Every time I open up the app. Great work. Harry Potter playing D&D. Expelliarmus. If you homebrew it too much, then you're not even playing it. That's how I read all the comments. I don't read any of them with any sense of positivity or joy whatsoever. How dare everybody be engaging with the things I post and make. Let's just slightly out of camera. Trying to get this one rock way back here. Just sees everyone as Cartman from South Park. Mom! Yeah, I kind of do. In an unhealthy kind of way, I kind of do. No, I've learned... Serious though, I've learned that to get through online, and kind of the same habit for texting, You have to learn to read all text with the assumption that it is being said positively or with positive intention. Because if you don't do it that way, it's so easy to get mad. Oh, how could you say that? Okay, so I got that. Sweet. Very few dark pieces. Put a little bit. I can take one of these out. I might take both out. Brickmaster, you're so kind. Alex, bonjour. So you make your inspiration and a legend. Perhaps the world's nicest person. There are a couple nicer people than me. I've met them. They're very nice. It's overwhelming. Keep up the phenomenal work. Thank you, Brickmaster. Alex, welcome to becoming an official backer, as I saw that you supported the Patreon, which, by the way, consider signing up for patreon.com/fablesd20. I thanked Brickmaster. And if I didn't, I've said I've done it, so now, retroactively, I've changed history, so I did. Good. Love you too, Alex. So now Brickmaster and Alex are in the finale of fighting for who's the most attractive person alive, because if you remember, voting $1 to $10, $10 being the most attractive. We have a Alex is cutting himself 1 cent short. He thinks he's 1 cent uglier. Oh, is that a vampire gift? Mark? Hey, Mark. You have now access to 20 podcasts. I think you've had it in the past. You have it again. Oh, I get a free milestone message? I'm gonna say it's overwhelming and beautiful to see a bunch of this pop up on chat. I already do. I'm on your Patreon. Dude, Mark, keeping track of both lists is insane. Please forgive me. That's right. I have to, when I put the credits on an episode of Refuge, I have to go through both lists and be like, who's on who? Is dual citizenship. Yeah, you spent your message with ooh. Did I miss? Guys, you know what? It's not my fault I miss you or you miss me. It's not my fault. Don't put this on me. I'm not here for that toxicity. One of the only people who will use the word toxic as a joke. Don't you toxic me. Oh, wait, Mark, you're saying last episode as in the episode 0 of Fables of Refuge?
Not credit.
To be fair, I had that uploaded a month ago. So everyone's name was locked in the moment that episode went up. And then all of you sons of truckers started supporting the channel during these streams, and I had to delete episode 1, which comes out tomorrow, so I could re-upload it with more credits. How dare you? There's people now on the credits list of episode 1 that are no longer active supporters because I did it during Brickmaster's crazy shopping spree of giving everything to everyone.
Don't blame Brickmaster for giving the gift. Active control over here.
I'm not re-uploading tomorrow's episode. Nor am I re-uploading episode 2. I may re-upload 3.
Brickmaster gets it again. He's here to make your life complicated.
Kevin, if you're here, because our understanding is that the gifts go to people in chat. Kevin, if you're lurking right now, you're a member now. Kevin, if you're watching this on VOD, you're a member now. Also, I updated all the badges for you guys. So you notice that the green dye, orange dye, they're all different now. They kind of represent the milestone of how long you have been a backer. So it's like the 1 month, the 2 month, the 4 month, something like that. They fixed mobile membership gifting. Yay! That is a good thing. But I love that that is something to be happy about because you gift so much. Hey, I appreciate it. I love it. Yeah, so the badges are updated, and I was able to add 2 more badges for like 36 month and 48 month. See how long you guys last. What else? What else did I update? The emojis. I added 2 emojis. Natural 1 and hype with swords. Hype almost was Alex. The hype emoji with the 2 swords that you all have access to right now, except for Allie. It says hype on it. Yeah, there it is. It almost said Alex as like just a solid good joke. But then my thought was, I'll wait until I unlock 1 more slot, which requires like 10 more members or something. We'll get there someday. That one will be a name of somebody. Alright. Let's see. This is a painting stream. Well, if Tyler's not here, he just woke up to a surprise. Alex, you are the perfect fruit to grow in my garden. I say that because your sticker had a fruit. It's comedy. Gosh. Getting closer. Not anymore. This is the Brickmaster and Alex show. So, I know Sean saw it because Sean posted as a comment. How many of you guys have seen the short that I released? I put it on Instagram, YouTube, and I dropped it in the Discord. It was showing off the lighting. I've been working on that sucker for a minute. There's nothing to grab down here. It's all upside down. I guess none of you saw them.
Tyler is in his car. Got an email. He's very excited.
Okay, so we just got a notification that Tyler, as in Tyler Puryear, who got gifted by Brickmaster, has just received an email. But I'm curious, he didn't get an email that I went live. He got an email that he got gifted.
So maybe he wasn't able to notice she went live.
You know, he might be driving right now, but
I didn't get a notification that you went live today.
you didn't get a notification that I went live? The downside of the caustic light is I can't dim it. That's the only downside. And, well, no, second downside. Third downside is all three are just slightly off synced on the speed. So one of them slow is really slow. The other one slow is a little bit faster, and the other one slow is even faster. But they're $20 lights. I'm okay with that. Caustic lights are fun. Allie's next video has my caustics running on in the background. Oh, Sean. She doesn't make me sandwiches. It's either true love or it's just that there's no one else. All the good ones were taken. No, that's not true. I had a few other options. even more not true. I love you too. Oh, I'm sorry. Was me making lunch and vacuuming the apartment and helping with laundry not an act of love? I'm just waiting for the shoe to fly in frame now. Right, Let's put some other colors. Okay, we gotta put some sand. Allie now has access to the emojis.
Also,
Alright, so if notifications aren't working, who here got a notification that I went live?
dude,
So there's too many just like bright orange. I'm just gonna swap that out for some sandy ones. What did Chance say?
oh, my daughter just recognized the stream and said you're making the engine fast, and I'm about to cry.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, Allie kind of ruined the chat. I'm gonna rewind the chat so I can see it.
Thanks.
Let's see. My daughter just recognized the stream and said you were making dungeon tile. Come on, show me my monitor. Monster. Alright, there we go. Let's see notifications. Also, Sean and I have cat snuggles, beam and spices in the air. Maybe the stream. Thank you. I was on YouTube, but I didn't get an audible notification. I didn't realize you until I clicked on the little notification bell. I got a push and an email notification. Brickmaster. Hell yeah. Thinking. I know Discord. On Discord, if you sign up for the role of Notify Me, you can go to the channel roles and you can find that. Then, like, within a minute or 2 minutes of going live or uploading a video, boop, your Discord will get notified. Because you either, for YouTube, you can get notified for literally everything or just nothing sometimes. So you could try out the Discord notification if you don't want to do the YouTube one. And I think Discord's notification is far more reliable than YouTube's. because YouTube won't notify you for any algorithm reason. I'm almost done with this one. That's exciting. My hand just covers it. Rag, such a cute name. Okay. Just as a reminder, so tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, is when the premiere starts for Season 3, Episode 1. that's helping a lot. But just convert some of these orange ones to desert yellow. Your premieres are too early in the day. I'm always at work. Ugh. I'm sad. I'm going to miss a premiere tomorrow. Got lots of meetings. Can't please everybody. Why did I pick 9 a.m.? Pick 9 a.m. because I think the most amount of people that interact on the live stream are like just going like midday. Oh yeah, 9 a.m. is midday for East Coast, evening for Europe, morning for West Coast. It's kind of the perfect time. For the sake that you can sit and watch, you know, a 1 to 3 hour thing. I think if I was to change the time, I don't know what time that would be. But I'm not going to change the time for Refuge's release. It would have to be Jaws that would change the time. So that way you guys can reliably know that at 9 a.m. when it's way too early, the premieres happen. Did I just get a hiccup on the stream? I thought I saw a skip. Might have been the monitor. David. To me, it's perfect. Oh, there is David. Well, David. Well, hold on. David, pronounced in German, is David. So, with an extra E, Davide.
Haha, I win. He can hear me.
Is it David?
He just said yes.
Number one. Okay.
He went David is fine, and he said yes, it's correct. So David is how you say his name.
Thumbs up for David. Thumbs. Davide? It's Davide. Ha ha. Take that, Allie. I can never get anyone's name right. The fact that I got one right and proved you wrong all in one, God, I feel good. Yeah, the point was the stream time's perfect. Back from work, preparing for my next session, and listening, watching the live stream. Ha! There we go.
fix their like to watch ratio. We have 11 likes and 13 people watching.
Wait, Allie is saying that there are about 12 or 13 people watching, but only 11 likes? What does that mean? Does that mean I'm not good enough for everybody? Must be. If you guys can't make it to the premiere, my ultimate request / recommendation is put it on the background. Is that Mateus? If you put it on the background and even go the extra mile to play it at 2 times slower speed, every second counts as 2 seconds. That's such a cheat. It still has too much orange on it. I'm a heathen to admit I like the crafting portion of your channel more than the live play. Oh! He is being vulnerable. Doesn't mean his vulnerability doesn't make me more vulnerable. I like both, but crafting is a passion. Hey, that's totally fair. I'm glad I do both for that very reason. Alright, so we got those tiles figured out. Oh, this one has no desert yellow on it yet. Let's get to this one. We're so close to doing something really cool, guys. Just hang on. Trust me. You have no reason to not trust me. Wow. Good job, Nightbot. I'll probably get rid of subscribing for Nightbot and just let Nightbot talk about Patreon. My light turned off. There we go. All right. We're so close to the cool thing, guys. I swear. We're so close. Just can't get distracted. So I really enjoy the game Frostpunk. Super freaking hard. Maybe once a year I'll dedicate a solid 36-hour sessions to playing that game. And I noticed that they released a tabletop version. And I was like, ooh, can I play that on my channel? And I watched somebody break down the game. And I was like, nope, that's way too complicated for a tabletop game. Fix that up. Although I wish for your success. I like the small chat group. I've seen the speed that the chat rushes by on shows like Critical Role. Oh, dude, that chat is wild. That is a concert. You don't know what's happening. Hard agree. I don't even see the point of chat for those creators. Yeah, pretty much. These streams feel like buddies hanging out. What emoji is that? Oh, it's handshaking. It looked like diapers. Yeah, it's a mixed feeling. It's like if the stream got more successful, the chat would get far more bogged down. But all I can speak to is the hypothetical is if that was to happen, then I would need mods. And I would probably turn on like super chat or something like that. So that way, I think that's how super chat works. So it's like a whole nother chat within the chat. I don't know. Those look like fully loaded diapers. Hey, James. James, how's your day going? We're doing pretty good on this end. Painting. Talking random stuff. You having a good day? Cool. So I got that. Okay. Things are happening, guys. So close. I know I've said that, but you gotta believe me when I say it. Alright. It's the only thing that needs a touch up. I'm gonna repaint mud and dirt afterwards. Going well. Heard you guys talking about games. Probably been asked. You ever played Divinity Original Sin 2? Have I? I don't think I have. You break down the games. That's a big ask for via text. What was the game about? Because I don't want to grab my phone. That also sounds rude. Are the spices still in the air? They might be in the kitchen. I can have more water. Outside's not bad for you. Outside's supposed to be the good thing for you. That's what boomers say. sound like a boomer when I say it that way, too. Apartment hunt? It has slowed down because no one's moved out. Little to zero update. Trick from an Irishman living in Sweden. Okay, I haven't visited Sweden, but we just visited Ireland.
Went to Dublin.
Dublin.
Was it Scaries?
Scaries.
Where's the other place you said there was
Was Scaries the place with the windmill? Okay, so that windmill was awesome. I got to get a windmill mini just for the sake of like painting a windmill.
No, Scaries was the lighthouse.
No, Scaries was the windmill. The lighthouse was at the edge of the coast. It was named something else. End of the line. I can't remember.
That's right, because I remember on the back.
Basically a D&D game in a video game. Hard to break down the story, no worries. But essentially you are a sorcerers. Sorcerers. You are sorcerers. It's not an is. You are sorcerers. Think that's how the game spells it. So I'm not the one who messed up. Great. Who are chosen to become gods. Okay. What systems? Is it like PC? That's another thing, guys. So, I don't remember the last time I said this. I know I've said this to somebody. Trick would be easy to spot in a crowd, I imagine. PC, PS4, and Switch. Well, we have a Switch. Everyone always picks on the Irish. So my PC, my gaming PC, works mostly fine. It has what I call a mechanical broken car sound. When I turn it on, a processor, I've narrowed it down. The processor makes this sound. So I don't like turning it on. Also, the Ethernet port on the motherboard does not work. So as much as it would be it is a great editing machine and even a better gaming machine. And I was considering like taking, was it the Poolbug Lighthouse? No, it wasn't. It's on East Coast, just north of Dublin. It was a port town, end of the line. I mean, the lighthouse could have been Poolbeg, but the stop on the train is not Poolbeg. That I remember. There shouldn't be any moving parts on a processor. I know. But it still makes the sound. Look to the east of Scaries. Small fishing town. Hey guys, do you like out of focus footage? I sure do. Who do you turn to for crafting inspiration advice? I mark A for the day, trying to keep the stream on track. Let's see. Let me think about that. What? Hose. Hof. H-O-W-T-H. Hof. Houth. No, it's Houth. We were debating this on the train. It's Hooth or Houth. God, that was a beautiful dinner that we had there. Autofocus is totally fine, and according to some cinematographers. This is true. Dude, patching these rocks is rough. I'm trying to remember. There's Atmos Seeker, but that Atmos Seeker talks more about lighting. Atmos Seeker is a great channel. That's Atmos Seeker. Oh, Atmos Seeker. There's Trent from Miscast. Then there is Narb with a K. There is... When I first got into crafting, Black Magic Crafting was a great channel. And then occasionally he now drops some good bangers. But overall, I'm not a consistent watcher of his channel. And I think that's just a me thing, not a him thing. It could be a him thing. But I'm not going to put it on him. Try to catch up. It's not good. Wire hitting the processor or anything? I'm not sure. I have a liquid cooler on the processor, and I think it could be the cooler, but the processor is what's shitting out on me. BMC is a great gateway drug, and also... It really is. Oh, there's also the archive, RPG archive. I can't remember the crafter's name, but he has this whole custom magnetic system set, which is wild. I would never be able to make that stuff because I don't have the space to store it.
I won this one for
Hooth. Hoth. Alright, good to know. Thank you, Trick. You win this one, Allie. Remember that.
You got the name, you got the location.
That's right.
How do you say it? Davide?
In German, it's David, but because there's an E, Davide.
That's what I just said, Davide. I like it.
Am I trying to stream too much data? It's 4,000. That's fine. Alex! I guess you do get an emoji. But we need more members to get more emojis. So Alex, if you want an emoji, we need more members. Not more gifted money, donated money. But I am absolutely thankful for your support. You're legitimately too nice. And that's coming from me. Red. Brickmaster, were your gifted gifted members vampires or skeletons? You're a skeleton?
Yeah.
He's too sexy. Brickmaster decided to donate more gifts today, so those could be vampires. But if they were vampires, I think there was like 3 of them he gifted, so that's 15. Plus he did a 10. That's 25. Right now, Brickmaster is sexier than Alex. May the chat remember this. Now, I'm not someone who to like stir up conflict or antagonistic relationships, but Brickmaster is sexier right now. See, there's a little side of this brick that I need to get. But yeah, Murphy, those are the crafters. Mark asked me. Holy crap. Where's my chat? Who asked me? Who am I answering? Mark asked me, not Murphy.
Murphy.
No, Mark asked me who inspires me in crafting.
Oh, sorry, Murphy. What? Davide just became a member.
Davide, your bones, may they jingle and jangle as you walk the skeleton life. If I could customize this chat, like coding wise, I would make GIFs pop up when you guys became members. So like if you became a skeleton, the GIF of like that old Mickey Mouse black and white skeleton cartoon just doing that would pop up. Oh man, if only I was that smart. Vampires, just a GIF of Dracula would pop up. And then there are the higher tier members, which are really just for like if you want to go above and beyond on the support. Skeleton and vampire are really the good ones to go to. Ooh, Murphy's jumping into the race. Murphy, so you think you sexy? You think you got what it takes to be prom king? All right. I think these are patched. I should get that corner. Guys, I swear we're about to do the cool thing. I swear it. James, hey, everyone who's now a new member, because apparently this chat is filled with kindness, there are 20 exclusive episodes of podcasts of me talking about essentially kind of behind the scenes of the channel. And chairs. Available, as well as after the stream I'll post a members only community post for you to get the link to the Discord for backers. There's that hey Mateus, look at this out of footage focus. What did I just say? Out of focus footage.
Mom said it's
There you go. Hey, for a while, you always knew you were on the right channel at Corridor when everything was misspelled. So, it's a branding thing, guys. Alright. I'm trying to get a little bit more into the cracks because when we do the cool thing, which I promise we're about to do, I'm so artistic. Thanks. Putting a little bit of the paint in the dark cracks is going to make this look amazing. Trick, have a great treat. Blessing from the Irish Swede. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope to see you on the next one. Streaming every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mark, are you leaving too? Got a jet. The kids I just Mark, before you go, I just read that. Got a jet to make dinner kids dinner. I heard in my brain, got a jet, make kids for dinner. As if you're like you're Baba Yaga or something. Have a good one with the goblins. Did all the videos I make that are kid-friendly, I should just say goblin-friendly? And everyone who's new to the channel will have, like, zero context. What does he mean by goblin-friendly? But then all the parents will understand the joke. Alright. This is cool. This is looking good. Alright. Sweet. Okay, I'm happy. Now, this one. What's the lore on the stones sourced for the structure that you're painting? Give us some nerdy details. There's no obsidian. Okay. That's in the lava veil. Alright, so we got some... Hey guys, let's nerd out for a hot second. So we have, first off, purpose and goal. For everyone who's new to what the heck is this structure, let's give some context. Story time, kids. So this tower is 1, a lighthouse. 2, a great miniature for just go-to towers. Yeah, it is a little buggy. The camera just freaked out on me. So this tower, I want to be good and set for most terrains and encounters, whether it's desert, forest, whatever. So stone wise, the light gray that you see is more silt related. I know silt is a dirt, and I know clay is a dirt, and I know sand is a dirt, but it's family. So we have some clay tiles here for the roofing, and I wanted a little bit of clay going on in the rubble, just so it can match for your eyes. Desert sand one is more sandy and stony. The light, what am I thinking? The light white, the off-white, the light gray, not gray, light sandy color. That is meant to just be a lighter sandstone look, which I really, really like. And it complements well right next to the light gray, very silty style rock. And then the dark gray is just meant to be contrast, whatever stone that needs to be. God, I gotta learn more rocks. But that's generally my thinking process in this. I don't want too much dark in there. I like the lightness of it. But yeah, that's my thinking. Hope that suffices for nerdism. Okay, so we are going to tackle this guy right here. Gray rock's probably granite. Hey, it's granite. Hang on. Legit, hang on. Rocks, rat. Enjoy that link, everybody. You can keep me on in the background. Just enjoy that link. Okay, so we're gonna rock out to some strong tone. That link is a rap song about rocks. All right. So this one should be dry. Feels dry. Make sure I have the right brush. Here we go. All right, here's the cool part. Adding wash to your paint. No crevice left untouched. Matt Fish, big Bob Ross moment. You boldly apply it. Just wait. Just wait. So it's a little glossy right now. It dries out, and it dries out really well. But let's put these guys next to each other. And zoom in, and we'll have a little discussion about art. Alright. Link took me away from a second. I'll watch it later. Yeah, I figured it might. My bad. Okay, so I want you guys to think about these painted minis as base colors, right? When you put the wash on, it adds the dirt, the grime. It really sinks into the cracks to really add and bring out a lot of details. G to E to the OG. And then come back to him transforming these amazing pieces. So, I really like the look of this. It is muddy and gross and beautiful. But now, here's the best part. Take this blue paper towel. Thoughts on Warhammer 40? Okay, I will let you know in a second. Make yourself a snack?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm dabbing off the wash at the top where only light hits. They just get a little bit back from the base color. Kind of like reverse highlighting. Imagine if you were to stain wood and then quickly you're trying to wipe off the stain at a certain spot just to bring more contrast to the look. There we go. And now you can kind of see this is coming back, but it's not perfect. It's still old and rubbly. Kinda. It's a cat right off camera. So Warhammer 40K. I have never played it, but all my crafting friends are now getting into it. Because I guess there's more to craft when it comes to 40K. Story-wise, I know that the lore is super amazing, but I know nothing of it yet. I'm waiting for my friends to like hook me and convince me I should be a part of it. But I believe 40K is slightly larger scale than Dungeons and Dragons. Alright. That's my feeling, is 40K is a wargaming system, not a role-playing system. That being said, I keep hearing more and more people talk about Warhammer in a role-playing sense, but I'm not sold yet because seems like it's completely mechanical driven when it comes to the crunchy part of the game. Like, you can't do Theater of the Mind combat. That's my understanding. I could be totally wrong. Convince me.
Yeah, we've got a big word. What do you have the Lord of the Rings one?
Well, Warhammer requires larger tables.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm in a small space.
The Lord of the Rings one, it's one of the game shops that's like more RPG heavy.
That's right. In Dublin, we went to a GameStop. Not a GameStop, a game store that talked about the Lord of the Rings Warhammer.
It's much more artsy and you can like go on a quest. It's literally like to destroy the ring.
God, this looks so good. Looks like exactly what I wanted it in my brain. Guys, I love a good win. Okay. Hoping Henry Cavill's Warhammer show will be good. I think it will be. I mean, you know, a lot of people are saying negative things about the Rings of Power show. Even hardcore Lord of the Rings fans that I know. When I sit down, I look at it, I'm like, yes, they could have done X, Y, and Z. But I'm impressed with what they did do. I think Warhammer's gonna turn out great. If the VFX expectation is Rings of Power, then Warhammer will be fine on a visual standpoint. It's really about getting the writers, and they have so much lore material that the writing's gotta be fairly smooth sailing. And if you watched Rings of Power, you know that was a pun because there's a lot of sailing in Rings of Power. I'm full of it today. There we go. Look at that. Love my rocks. That looks so good. Let's see. Let's put a monster here. There's a monster crawling right here. There's a dwarf and a human is walking by. Oh, it's really hard to see them. Just lighting. But yeah. It's pretty cool. And this... Here's another great thing. Is... Because I have a D&D show... Because I have a D&D show on this channel... a big part is how does it look on camera. It's kind of important for me. When I put these two together, or next to each other, this reads better on camera than that. Not because this looks like ruined and old, but because it can absorb more light than reflect it. Eats my crunch dream sprinkled on salad. Okay, you know what I am super stoked for though? Mighty 9 animated series. If what will make, one, the series is going to be great. Two, I hope the final one shot makes it as the finale of the show too, so that's like 2 finales. Warhammer Fantasy role-playing 2E or 4E don't need to be bigger maps. I do not know Warhammer 40k from story perspective, but is not my type of visually. Not my type visually. This will also help your miniatures stand out. And typically, for player minis, here's a good example about what I'm about to say. For player minis, I typically paint their bases a bright color. So that way, just like looking at the table, boom, there's your character. Where's my character? Oh yeah, everyone who's now a new member. Heads up, there are also two exclusive live streams just for backers, because I have an exclusive live stream for backers at the top of every month, and I started this year, so boom. Yep. You can find them on the community posts for members, or you can find it in the Discord, because they're unlisted. And in the last one, the February live stream, had some really cool announcements, and we looked over a lot of cool stuff that's in the works. And then the stealth rolls, absolutely true. I like the Vox Machina show, but I didn't really watch the campaign. I started mostly on campaign 2. But watching Vox Machina, I've actually been going back, starting on the Chroma Conclave arc, and rewatching the campaign as background. So that way, there's kind of a nice joy in like comparing the original to the adaptation. And because of the medium of the show, Vox Machina, I'm actually able to connect to the intended characters that they're role-playing a lot better. Because they weren't really role-playing back then. They were just playing D&D. In the most like home game fashion. So, yeah, I've been enjoying rewatching, but watching for the first time the original campaign. And I'm probably going to do the same thing with campaign 2, is once their show drops, I'm going to rewatch the original campaign. Or at least listen in the background. Hang on. Okay. Thank you, Alex. So I looked away, mostly because I'm seeing on my monitor some lags, like jumps, and then the screen will black out, and I just wanted to make sure on the stream side it's not actually happening, but I am noticing there are jump cuts on the stream because of the lag. So, for the next stream on Thursday, I'm going to make sure that this is not a problem. But, man, what a turnaround and a surprise. You got me there, Alex. All right, Alex. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for proving how sexy you are with your donations. You have a good rest of the day or evening.
But yeah, there's glitches. I just saw it. I don't know why.
It's either, I don't think it's the internet as much as maybe I'm streaming at too high of a bit rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be just because there's too much data. So I'll have that fixed by next stream. Don't you guys worry. Alright. God, these look so good. Guys. Those look so good. Should I do the top of the tower? Let me know. I haven't noticed any jump cuts or lag. Okay, good.
You see the footage like did not work.
Interesting.
It looks like
When-
not. It looks like what a jump cut.
Okay. You tried to monitor my own past and there's... Okay. Case. Case, have you been lurking in the chat this whole time? Or did you just arrive? Case. Case. So you see the flash frame thing too. Okay. Alright. Now I know. Okay. Guys ready for this? I'm gonna make sure it's out of focus too. No, I'm not gonna do that. Alright. A wash is great for getting in the cracks and in the details there, but it's also really good as a blender. It just looks like chocolate. Look at that. It's turned out almost exactly what I was hoping it to be. Oh man, I'm so happy. Literally for a month, I have been worried that this move would not look good. There we go. Deep in there. Have you ever tried using coffee tea as a wash? I have not. I've used it to make parchment props. That's about it. There we go. I think it needs a few color tones to make up the neutral. It will. It's definitely not finished. But the goal was to hit this neutral look. At least at some point in the creation. Some more. Looks like desert. Right. Which is, if you think, well, it does look like desert when it comes to colors and color tone, but that was a lag. But that is the color of the castle in Scotland. And that's definitely not the desert. It looks desert. Dessert. Not desert. Guys, you know I can't read. You know this. I've gone all my life with this. You know it. Why would you make fun of me for this? Guys, you're hurting my feelings. How dare you hurt my feelings? Alright, let's rotate this so you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. Oh, it's on an auto exposure? It is. Okay. That explains why I got darker. Alright. Is chat moving too quick? Can I even adjust that? How long do you want? It is moving quick because I can tell that because Nightbot gets activated. But we'll just see how it goes, Murphy. If it gets too out of hand, then I'll put a slow mode. If it doesn't, then it's just a bump on the road. Chat isn't moving too quickly for us. It's moving too quickly for you. Ah. That is a fair assessment. I think it needs just a few cooler tones to make it more neutral. It looks like dessert. Cooler, cool tone. Chia pet stuff for props? I have not used chia pet stuff for props. I have not. Is the stain not sticking? Hang on. There we go. Weird. Okay. I'm down to stain this thing. Let's take this off. We're too active. Does jumping jacks? Alright, so we're gonna stain this one. There's my chocolate. There's my chocolate. Alright. Ooh, look at that chocolate. It's a bit bright. Stay put. There you go. Alright, so chocolate. Oh, now we're gonna see it hit the red clay tiles. Messing with the exposure of the camera. get less shine on there. Versus you have this versus that. Before and after for the tiles. So let's go a little bit before and after here. So we see this side versus before, after. Before, after. Chance, you heading out? Active my goblin. Going full goblin. Alright. You have a... Take care of that goblin. Focus seems to kind of be working better today, even though it's not. Like reverse power washing. Being at the pub after the stream. When my gaming PC was actually working, and during COVID, or during lockdown, and Discord would have gaming nights or gaming streams where we would all just get together on the Fables Discord and play some video games, mostly like Jackbox or Among Us. But it was a lot of fun. Where did the focus go? Would like to start that back up again. Kind of like 1 or 2 times a month, just get together with the whole Discord and play games. But now that my PC doesn't do that, it's less likely to happen. I feel like Discord has some new features now. Guys, hang on. Look how well the rubble and the tower just look together. Look at that blend. I believe Discord now has some functions and features that allows there to be kind of an audience in the Discord. So even though you can't make it to the even though you can make it to the stream but can't participate, for let's say like Murphy, your laptop's not powerful enough. You can at least participate by watching and enjoying and being in the chat. Myro would have to confirm that, though. iPhone? I mean, it's possible. I don't know. It just depends on the games that we have access to. Because it would be mostly stream-based games. And I think... Not stream. Steam. And I think Skyfall now is on Steam. So it makes it easier for everyone to play. Only recently started using the coins function. That's fine. The coins are there just to have more fun. I feel like the Discord originally started as a centralized place to meet the people who were fans of the channel, and then it primarily became a central place to notify supporters and fans that going live, dropping a video, because constantly always questioning if YouTube actually sent out a notification. 2.5 hours now. Dude, what progress on this mini. It's so good. I'm Marmalade on Discord, not Murphy. Marmalurphy? Murphalade. If you think you're confused by the Discord economy, so am I. But I feel like we might be so deep into it that I don't know if we can turn back the wheel of time. I think Myro can explain the economy way better. Well, it's not popsicle sticks. It's okay. Oh, that's funny. Change the economy to popsicle sticks? That'd be super funny. Yo, I got like 3 popsicle sticks. What do you got? Do I need to touch this up? No, but I do need to add. This one's not finished. I'm actually more confident that I could just do this. It's actually gonna look fine. Very sloppy work, but it will look amazing in a minute. Now that I've seen what it looks like. A little bit more forgiveness. Right now in the Discord, we're talking about how you guys could help the channel while I mean by help the channel grow, not just like, oh, support the channel. As I will say endlessly, support the channel at patreon.com/fablesd20. So we're talking about clips and a submission system, since YouTube can make in and out points for clips, and you guys could share the links to those clips. So the idea being to help make more shareable short form videos from the long form videos, such as the games or even these streams. Clip on YouTube in and out a section that you like on the Discord. Post the link to that clip with kind of like a name for that clip, what you think is an appropriate name. And then if I use it, as in take those in and out points from that clip, go to the master file, export a new video to put up on YouTube, whether I use AdSense to make it get shared or post it on shorts, whatever. then you guys on Discord would get rewarded by custom roles. That's what we're currently discussing. And I think that it's a pretty clever idea in one, getting you guys to essentially give me the feedback on what you think is shareable content, because it's super subjective, but also slightly objective. And then what that also does is it slightly frees up my time needing to think about and look for shareable clips. And then you guys can help grow the channel, because I'll toss that on Google Ads and I'll get a few thousand. Or I'll toss it on Shorts and I'll get a couple hundred. What I just said, or what was in the Discord? Go ahead and clarify that, Sean. I'll wait. While your little fingies type away. Both. How do I make it the most exciting thing possible to describe? I make a super long video, like Fables of Refuge or a crafting stream. Then you, an awesome supporter of the channel, go ahead and put a marker, both where the video should start and end, for a cool viral clip of the big video. You send that to me, and if I use it, you get a custom role reward. How did that sound? You help me make little videos that the system really loves to eat up. Make the model look like it's a Lego piece in the corner. Pieces on camera. What are you talking about? Oh, the initial colors. Yeah. Took me a second to think. And that's because my brain only works at half speed sometimes. Wash that brush. Wash this brush. I've been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes here. No, that's not long nowadays with all the streamers going for 9 hours. It's wild. But I like the idea of Tuesdays being painting day and Thursdays being crafting day. I really like the turnout of this. This came out really well. Still gotta stain this one, this, and that. And then we also have to do highlight passes. It's a lot for this many. And then there's a boat still coming in the mail for me to paint and craft, because I gotta do all the rigging for it. I'm really excited for that. I hope it arrives before the Jaws game. C Mike is gifted with excellent editing and storytelling skills. Thanks, Red. Just not enough time to apply all of those all at once, all the time. Ooh, let's get some pops on my back. So tomorrow will be the premiere for season 3, episode 1. A couple weeks ago was episode 0. No spoilers, but we see episode 0 was with the side quest characters, and now we're moving back to the main Salty 5. So, character shift. Just a heads up for those who are here and get to benefit from that piece of information. So what's left on this mini? It will be staining essentially the 2 base pieces and the 1 rubble, adding highlights, and then going around and adding little details like metal on all the bolts and nuts. And then patchwork on the wood. That's a lot. Pretty exciting. This looks so cool. So satisfied. Other than that, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. We had a good laugh, had a good stream, good chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having a good chat with me. There are some unresolved threads. And Jerry and I have talked about that. Before I go, Sean and I have an important question for you. Okay. Teaming up on me, I see. Davide, thank you very much. Mateus, Umberto. Can you see the live chat after the stream ends? Yeah, during the cat video of Snape sleeping, I have the chat up. Yeah. No, it's not all the time, actually. When I click on chat replay, some videos don't allow it, which is super weird. After that, not really. Chat keeps going for a little after the end of the video. I don't get to see it. Why? What's up? I get to see chat when the cat video's up. That's about it. Because once the cat video ends, I end the stream, which means chat will start to close out. That's when we talk behind your back. Hey, if chat's available for you guys after that, then go for it. As always, thank you, Red. Thank you, Mark. I'd like to invite everyone to the official, unofficial after stream chat party. $5. Amazing, Brickmaster. Amazing. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go enjoy my rest time before I have to jump back into work because I have a list of to-do things. You guys enjoy the official, unofficial after stream chat party. Might be some membership giveaways. I look forward to getting the notifications. Alright, guys. Enjoy the chat as long as it stays on. If the chat goes away, feel free to head over to Discord. If you're not a member of the channel or patron, consider signing up to head over to Discord.